think the Biden administration would like to see a new Israeli government. They would like to see the end of the Netanyahu era. They don't necessarily see him as constructive, and they particularly dislike his allies on the far right. These parties are considered very problematic by the Biden administration, so they'd like to see a new government in power. I don't think that they're at that spot just yet where they're willing to call for new elections. We have Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader, has already called for new elections. We're not quite at the point where the White House is doing so, but if Israel rejects this ceasefire proposal out of hand, and they look like they're not being constructive, I think the White House is going to get closer to calling for the ouster of Netanyahu and for a new prime minister to come to power. Netanyahu's losing political support at home. He's losing political support abroad. That is weakening his government. Netanyahu's administration is stuck in this position where it's got its far-right factions demanding one thing, and then it's more center-right and centrist factions demanding another. And that's pulling his government apart at the seams. This proposal from Biden is going to make that process continue because the center-right and the centrist factions are going to say we should accept the American proposal, we should get our ceasefire, our hostages out, and if the ceasefire doesn't hold, we'll go back to combat operations, in 6 weeks or however long that takes. Whereas the far right is going to demand that Netanyahu rejects this proposal out of hand because their goals are the destruction of Hamas entirely in Gaza and also the resettlement of Gaza with Jewish settlers.